Hello viewers, welcome back to yet another interview episode of Good Company India. Thank you for showing immense love and appreciation to my previous interactive video with Samriddhi Pathak. It reaffirmed my belief that learning with experienced people, listening to experienced people is one of the best ways of acquiring education. As the world around us changes, we adapt new ways to learn and grow. Today, my guest is Mr. VSN Raju, CEO, Coempt Eduteck, a leading technology solution provider in learning and examination space. Mr. Raju has been instrumental in modern day teaching with technology in collaboration with several institutions, universities, educational institutions, and government educational departments. So stay tuned till the end to understand how India should adopt e-learning not only during the current Corona crisis but even beyond that in order to bridge the gap between trained faculties and ever-increasing number of growing students. Rest, you know the drill. Stay tuned, like, share and subscribe for more wonderful things. So, first of all, thank you so much, Mr. VSN Raju, for joining on Good Company India in such a short notice.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you are somebody who has always rooted for technology and technology interventions as part of essential element for modern day teaching. So, given the current challenging time, the time that India, along with the globe, is battling with the COVID-19 pandemic, how is India using Edtech, which is
Yes.
including online learning, radio, television, texting, to support the remote learning during the COVID-19 pandemic? Your thoughts on that?
If you look at, we are the second largest market for e-learning after USA.
Correct.
Edtech companies extensively they have started using.
Mhm.
If you look at K-12 segment, 2007 onwards, the K-12 segment have started using very extensive.
Correct.
And if you come to higher education,
Mhm.
UGC education channel was the way ahead. Long back they have started. If you look at currently,
Mhm.
the availability of the bandwidth, like it is very reachable for any common person. Maybe
Correct.
if I put it right, a middle class student, a rural person can access the data, and everybody is able to access
Internet.
smartphones.
Yes.
So due to this, several edtech companies have started
Mhm.
developing apps to deliver learning material. Maybe if you come back to the COVID-19, personally, because from 2003 onwards, we have been providing this technology-enabled learning solution. Maybe several instances I have seen very minimum 6%, 8% student used to utilize. But now COVID-19 have changed everything. Maybe a lot of colleges have skeptical and they have a negative orientation towards using technology in education. But that has changed. Personally, I feel I expected this fastness will come maybe after 5 years or a decade. But this COVID-19 really, everybody have adapted very fast. Maybe in 10 days time, our mindset have changed. Maybe this should be continuous effort. This cannot be stopped after that. Also, I feel government need to recognize and regulate remote learning in a mainstream education. That is what I feel.
Got it. How are parents and even the veteran teachers adapt to the new learning, the new technology? Will it be accessible to each and everyone? Of course, the device and the smartphone and internet is one thing, but what about the habit? How do you bring that habituality of sitting in front of a laptop or a smartphone for hours to learn?
If you look at, maybe I'll give you my own personal example. I'm seeing last 1 month my own daughter. Okay, she's studying MBBS first year. Maybe she's not able to sit across in front of the laptop more than an hour. Okay, now they have to, they have to adapt themselves. It will take time actually.
Correct.
Because in terms of offering our own technology, how we are going to engage the student is more important. That is what teaching methodologies in the classroom, we really don't know whether the 60 students are listening to the teacher or listening to the faculty who only we will teach. We expect that students have learned. But at the same time here, we have to come out in the technology,
Alright.
we have to create engagement with our students so that more and more students adapt this technology. Definitely, students can utilize this in a better way. Because if you look at it, if they like,
Alright.
because we are seeing a lot of our students are spending hours together for their play. Maybe the games, they are spending hours together. But
Correct.
slowly we have to bring them into the education also.
Correct.
Definitely, they will adapt. Maybe it is a time.
Got it. Got it.
If
Got it. And how is Coempt enabling students to acquire, say, employability skills and help them progress in their careers? When we read so many reports that less than 50% of graduates in India are employable. So, do you have a few instances where you have helped in, managing or kind of helping students to manage to a certain level of skill set that they are employable and they fit the demand of the particular industry, be it engineering, be it IT, pharma, hospitality? Please share some instances that you have.
see, mainly we started this organization to address the gap between industry and academia. So majorly, we in the year 2000, we identified whoever comes out of the college, they may not eligible to get into the organizations immediately because they are having certain gaps. So while they are at the college, we need to address that gaps. So by the time they come out, they will be better sellable. So that is what we have actually developed all our solutions. We started as a classroom solutions. So we used to, our trainers used to go to several colleges and train the students. But to address nationally, we have to introduce technology. So that is what all our solutions we have converted to technology. Majorly, we started with the faculty development program, and through faculty development, after that, we address the students. So we have developed mainly on language skills, communication skills, aptitude area, and basic IT skills. That was the especially up to 2012 we used to operate there. After that, based on our experience and also working with several colleges, we identified in domain also there is a huge gap. Why I'm talking domain huge gap? Okay, because the ratio, if you look at the ratio, the student and the faculty, if you look at UGC, they talked about 1 is to 25 for general skills, 1 is to 15 for engineering segment. If you look at that, maybe there is a challenge. Colleges and institutions have started recruiting faculties, but they are not the quality faculty. Faculties, they are able to recruit. But due to that, students are not getting uniform input. Wherever the faculty is available, good faculties, they're able to have a good input. They're able to deliver better knowledge to the market. So when we looked at that, we have developed entire bidirectional video conferencing with video content of engineering. We have deployed nearly 500 colleges in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So that has given a better results. So a faculty is available in X location, he can teach all over across university.
I understand you have a train the trainer program and you bridge the gap between the faculties. Could you highlight a few names of the products and the instances that you have delivered?
See, Institute for Electronic Governance, Andhra Pradesh, they wanted to introduce skill development modules across AP, nearly around 1,300 colleges. For that, what we have done, we have introduced 45 days module, okay, for the students. Then each college have provided us 2 faculties. We have trained the 2 faculties 1 week on how to engage the students at the classroom apart from the domain what they teach.
When was this done?
We have also had
was this year?
2014-15.
14-15. Okay, it still continues, right?
Yeah.
It goes on. Okay.
Yes. So once the classroom modules we have designed and we have trained the faculty what they need to teach at the classroom. Then for the student, after the classroom, we need to engage the student after the classroom also, because whatever the module, 45 hours or 45 days or 90 hours of module may not sufficient. So what we have developed a self-learnable module, nearly 100 hours of self-learnable modules for each and every student. We have given a CD as well as web-based, because if a student is not able to access internet, So they can have a CD so that they can view in their personal computer. Apart from
Okay.
this, yes, if they want access to their internet, they can access through internet also. Then we used to conduct several company-oriented assessments also, so that when they go for assessment at the companies, at one go they can clear. That
Got
is
it.
one. The second product we have introduced, a major product, is EduLib, EDULIB.
Okay.
So entire engineering content we have converted into e-content, because looking at the problems what our colleges is facing. See,
Mm-hmm.
colleges is not able to recruit quality faculty. To address that, we have to handhold faculty. We have to empower faculty. To
Correct.
address that, we have developed entire content into e-content, so that while they teach, they can utilize this content and teach. It is
Got
a
it.
2D, 3D animations we have developed. Also, as and when the module completes, assessment will continue, so that student can assess themselves how far
Got
they
it.
have learned. Is there any gaps? So that
Got
is
it.
the second product. Third product in exam solutions. See, Coempt mainly we are into technology-enabled learning and exam solutions. Learning I have mentioned to you. We
Yeah.
have developed skilling as well as domain engineering mainly. The second part, we provide exam solutions, mainly on-screen marking solution and online examination solutions for the academia.
Got it.
These are the solutions we deploy all over India.
Got it. Got it. And you've been doing this since 2014-15, you said. So it's almost been 5 years. How has been the penetration so far in the industry? When I say industry, of course, it's the private institution, the colleges and schools. How has been the response from the government side? You also must be aware of the Skill India initiative by Government of India since 2015, which actually coincides with your starting point of providing these education materials. So your take on how you have grown over the last 5 years and your roadmap, your medium to long term plan for the next 2 years.
I will go back to 3 years back. Actually, we have introduced this solution in the year 2012, because
Okay,
before going
okay,
into the market, we have to develop the
correct.
entire modules and deploy in a small institutions. Because pilots
True,
we have done from
true.
2012. When we go to 2012, very limited take. Very limited universities used to accept this technology, even
Okay,
government also. But
okay.
latest days from 2016 have changed.
Hmm.
Now we need to create awareness among the stakeholders. They know that. Only
Got
they
it.
are looking for now who is the better provider.
Yeah.
So that way, in last 5 years, we have grown really well. From
Hmm.
one university, we have moved to 10 plus universities.
Okay.
Next 3 years,
Hmm.
in this technology, based on the current crisis, we are
Hmm.
also looking at adding more and more features,
Okay.
so that no, this kind of a problems when it comes also, the solution should not affect.
Got it.
It
Got it.
should continue. So
Got
that
it.
way, we added more and more features also to address this kind of a problems.
What is your observation with respect to several industries, be it engineering, IT, media, pharma, even transport or infrastructure? What are they seeking when they look for recruitment?
You look at, we need to, because each industry have their own recruitment strategy. Maybe overall, if you look at, maybe if you go to IT companies,
Mm.
because NASCOM says only 6% of our engineers are employable. If
Mm.
you look at my personal observation on that,
Mm.
NASCOM is taking this input from the top companies, because top biggies are hiring more than 5% in India.
Got it.
Remaining 95%, that is not that, yes, the 95% is not employable. I don't
Got it.
think that they are not working anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, we have to consider an MSME segment, because if you look at most of the employment generation is happening in India is major numbers from MSME. If you, maybe we have to address MSME segment as a whole, and what is their challenges they are facing, because
Got it.
majority we are talking about IT segment
Yeah.
majorly. But
Mm.
let me give you a small analysis.
Sure.
According to India Skills Report 2019-20 of
Mm-hmm.
AICT and Association of Indian Universities, about
Mm-hmm.
46.21% students were found employable or ready to take up jobs
Okay.
in
Okay.
2019,
Mm-hmm.
and compared to 33% in 2014. If you look
Oh,
at in 4 years, the growth is there.
correct.
Growth definitely. But positive side, the growing awareness, because awareness among the student, among the institutions have grown. What is that organizations expecting out of the students? Then how to train them towards them. That is definitely really a positive point. If you look at negative, the 50% still not employed. Maybe my point of view, the 50% because of quality tools access. Because if you look at, if I divide rural and urban students are getting more opportunities to expose. I'll talk about only exposure. But if you look at rural side, the quality faculty is less there. At the same time, the resources. They are not able to access to several resources what our urban students are able to face. Maybe we have to work on very seriously on that. Definitely, when we bring the rural students also into mainstream, definitely, maybe with the technology it can happen. There won't be any gaps between the rural and urban. So we have to work on that mainly. That is what my view of that.
Yeah. Yes. What are your medium to long term plan for Coempt?
See, if you look at Coempt, the meaning itself to acquire major business or acquire majorly. So to look into that, now our learning, we are offering technology-enabled learning for institutions. We are adding virtual with LMS based, so that anytime college can run without any interruptions. That is what we have given several universities that from, because you are using Zoom or any of the app, you need to have a customized app for you to engage your student. It is not just delivery lecture. You need to engage the student. For that, in initial stage, what we have done, we have developed several e-learning content. It will be definitely utilized during this situation, the COVID situation. What we have done, we have given free of cost access to all the students who are interested. Nearly around 30,000 students have registered themselves for study. So engineering, the website called edulib.in, edulib.in. So any student can log into that and can access nearly 165 subjects are there and 700 laboratories are there. So they can study free of cost 3 months, because April, May, June. Based on the situation, we may extend also. The students, as soon as the lockdown completes, they have to face the examination. So they should not worry about the examination, because this content is very elaborative and a lot of exercises are there. They can practice. Once they study well, definitely they can face the exams very well. So as a company, we are working on our technology-enabled learning and exam solution. We would like to reach at least top 2 provider in India in 2 years' time. By the year 2022 process, we should reach them. We are working towards that.
Super. All the best for your plans. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure interacting with you, and I'll keep you posted when
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.